Have you ever stood before a great ambition and felt completely paralyzed? Like this traveler, we often wait for the fog to finally clear away. We wait until every plan is perfect and every detail is settled before we dare to take a single step towards our grandest lifelong dreams. But here's the secret. The fog of uncertainty will never truly lift if you simply stand still and wait for the perfect moment to arrive. The more we try to see the entire path ahead, the more the world seems to hide its secrets from our desperate and searching eyes. Time continues to flow while we remain frozen. The pursuit of absolute certainty is the invisible cage that keeps us from our true destiny. We believe that knowledge of the future is safety, but in reality, the wait for perfection is just another form of slow and quiet failure. The fear of making a mistake keeps us rooted to the ground. We are prisoners of a destination we cannot see and a path we fear. Listen closely to the silence of the woods. It tells us that nothing great was ever started by someone who knew exactly where they were going. Out of the thickest part of the mist, an old guide appears. He carries no maps and wears no armor against the elements of the wild. He does not wait for the sun to rise. He carries his own light, a tiny flame that seems far too small for such a journey. Perfection is a brilliant illusion that demands we stand still. But the experienced traveler knows that a single candle is all one really needs. He doesn't need to see the mountaintop. He only needs to see the ground beneath his feet to take the very next necessary step forward. How can we possibly move when the destination is hidden? The traveler asks, his voice trembling with the weight of his own grand expectations. The guide smiles gently. In a journey of 1,000 miles, he says, enough is the most perfect thing you can ever hope to possess. One step at a time. The light moves as you move. It does not reveal the end, but it always reveals the immediate next choice. To wait for total clarity is to wait for a miracle that never comes. Real progress is made in the dim light of courageous action. As he steps forward, the fear begins to lift. The fog hasn't gone away, but the path has finally started to appear beneath his boots. The guide's pace is rhythmic and unhurried. He doesn't struggle against the mist. He simply walks through it as if it were clear air. Small lights are more honest than the sun. They don't promise you the world. They only promise you the chance to keep moving ahead. You will find that the journey becomes manageable when you stop trying to conquer the horizon and start focusing on the few feet ahead. The secret of great masters is not that they have a better map, but that they have a better relationship with the unknown darkness. Every step you take expands your territory. The fog doesn't win against movement. It only wins against those who choose to stay stationary. Accept that the light is small. Accept that the way is narrow. In this acceptance, you will finally find the freedom to truly start. We all carry a mind's backpack filled with unnecessary burdens. We pack our fears and our unrealistic expectations into every new venture we start. The heaviest stones in our pack are the ones labeled fear. Fear of looking foolish, fear of being wrong, and fear of falling short. Then there is the stone of perfectionism. It tells us that if it isn't flawless, it isn't worth doing. This is a lie. We carry the weight of other people's opinions, trying to navigate a path that was never meant for them to see or even understand. In our modern world, the forest is replaced by a blank screen or a clean notebook. The paralysis of perfection remains the same. The blinking cursor is a reminder of everything we haven't said yet. We wait for the perfect first sentence while the hours slip away. We overanalyze until the joy of creation is replaced by the dread of performance. We become critics of a work that doesn't even exist. Our plans are like these gears. We try to make them so complex and perfect that they eventually become too heavy to actually move. When we demand perfection, a single missing piece becomes an excuse to stop everything. We let the ideal become the enemy of the good. The straight line is an architectural fantasy. Life does not move in straight lines. It moves in curves, setbacks, and sudden unexpected shifts in direction. The messy path is the real path. It is built by people who are willing to be wrong, to stumble, and to eventually find their way. Which path would you rather be on? The one that looks perfect but goes nowhere? Or the one that looks broken but actually arrives? Perfectionism is not a high standard. It is a sophisticated defense mechanism we use to protect ourselves from the pain of being judged. The moment you start, you break the spell. Action is the only cure for the paralysis that perfectionism creates in the human creative spirit. When you stop trying to see the whole map, you regain your right to explore. You become a participant in your life, not a spectator. Why is perfection your enemy? Because it makes you miss the small, beautiful details that only exist in the messy reality of the present. Those who only look at the map miss the mountain. Those who only look for the end miss the magic of the middle of the journey. Perfectionism forces you to solve problems at the 10th kilometer while you are still standing at the very first meter of your long journey. The fog doesn't disappear all at once. It yields to your movement. It steps back only when you step forward with faith and focused intent. Uncertainty is not a wall. It is a space. It is the blank canvas where your creativity and your character are finally allowed to grow. As you move, the world changes. The light doesn't just come from your candle. It begins to filter in from the world you are brave enough to enter. Every challenge you face in the mist is an opportunity to learn. Every mistake you make is a piece of data for your future success. The guide isn't special because he knows the way. He is special because he isn't afraid of the way being hidden from his view. Direction is more important than speed, and action is the only way to confirm your direction in a world that is constantly changing. You are making progress even when it doesn't feel like it. Every step into the unknown is a victory over the version of you that stayed home. Breathe in the uncertainty. Let it fuel you. It is the sign that you are doing something that truly matters to your soul's growth. The destination is real, but it only belongs to those who are willing to walk through the fog without seeing it for most of the way. Don't wait for the sun to rise before you set out. Become the person who carries their own candle into the darkest parts of the world. You don't need to do everything right the first time. You just need to do it right now. Start before you are ready for the task. What is the one problem you are facing today? What is the one thing you have been putting off because the timing isn't perfect yet? Step 1. Accept that your first attempt will be messy. It will be imperfect, and that is exactly how it is supposed to be. Step 2. Forget the finish line. Focus entirely on the next 30 seconds. Focus on the single action you can take right this very moment. Step 3. You can only steer a moving ship. You can't adjust your course if you are anchored at the harbor. Start moving, then adjust. Are you waiting for an imaginary dawn? The light you need is already within you, waiting for the courage to be struck into a flame. The fog is only frightening when you are standing still and watching it. It becomes a beautiful backdrop the moment you decide to walk through. He no longer needs the candle, for the entire world is now bathed in the golden, triumphant light of his own hard-won and glorious success. Don't let perfection imprison your feet. Light your candle and go. Subscribe now to join us as we explore new journeys into the unknown.